Welcome back, everyone. It's Tuesday. I'll try not to get that wrong from this point further. Goodness knows I have earlier today, calling it Monday, of course. But we got Monday off. Most everyone did. Not all of you, I know, but a lot of folks did get Monday off for the Labor Day holiday. I indeed hope it went well and you enjoyed whatever it was that you tried to partake of over the course of Labor Day and, of course, here in McGoffin County, our Founders Day celebration. Of course, I've got Founders Day coverage. And to be perfectly honest, at this very point in the program, I'm not for certain what part of it we're going to have on tonight's show. So just bear with us. We'll get to whatever I can work in towards the latter part of the program. Our top story tonight is one that I had promised some folks that we would have on tonight last week, and I did make it down to the White Oak Pumpkin Patch today. What a day to do such a story. I'll get to that in more detail in just a second. Let's talk about the weather, though, real briefly. You see this? Let me get this. You see this? I only pull these forecasts up here that I have in front of me on paper when they're really short, and short means sweet, and that's one of the shortest and sweetest that I've had in a long, long time. If you lop off Tuesday, next Tuesday, not tomorrow, but next Tuesday in the forecast, there's not a mention of showers or thunderstorms in the entire thing. And next Tuesday, we've just got about a 20% figure associated with it right now. So all in all, a picture-perfect forecast. We're going to start off our first week of September just in the midst of some beautiful fall temperatures. Now, we will see getting up to the mid-80s before weeks in, but humidity levels are going to be pretty favorable. There's no rain, there's no storms, there's nothing of that nature in our forecast. It indeed is going to be a nice one, and I indeed will be glad to pass it along to you in more detail in just a few moments. Now, looking back, as I have to do as we're starting off a month, especially a new month, as we are reflecting on this one past, and actually the past two. The end of August, nevertheless, marks the close of meteorological summer. Very wet and cool conditions, no newsflash there, were experienced over the summer throughout the coal fields. The Jackson Weather Service has now finished with a total of 23.02 inches of rain. That is nearly 10 inches above the normal amount of rainfall of 13.04 for that time period. In fact, summer of 2013 was the wettest summer as well as the wettest season ever at Jackson. That's just how much rain we have seen. The previous wettest season was 21.63 inches in the spring of 11, and the former wettest summer was 19.17 inches during the summer of 85. The Jackson Weather Office had an average temperature of 72.8. While 1.2 degrees doesn't sound like a whole lot, that was a significant difference. We were 1.2 degrees below the normal or average temperature for this summer of 2013, which was the 8th coolest summer on record at Jackson. I'm not so sad to see summer go this time around. Looking ahead, though, some beautiful weather in store. We'll get to all of that in just a few seconds. Well, the holiday's over, and preliminary data indicates as such that 7 people died in 7 separate crashes on Kentucky's roads from Monday through yesterday. We know that one single fatality motor vehicle crash occurred in each of the following counties, those being Bell, Clay, Garrett, Harlan, Jefferson, Jessamine, and Knott. The victims in Bell County, Clay, Harlan, and Knott counties were not wearing their seatbelts. The crashes in Clay and Harlan counties involved the suspected use of alcohol. One of the fatalities reported occurred during the Labor Day holiday period, which started 6 o'clock on Friday and ended on, of course, midnight Monday. The crash occurred in Bell County. The victim was not wearing a seatbelt. 2013 Labor Day holiday statistics are lower, as you can well imagine, than those reported for the year 2012. 9 people lost their lives in 9 crashes. 8 of last year's Labor Day holiday period fatalities were not wearing seatbelts, compared to 1 this year around. With that said, I'll tell you what. Let me pause. Here are a few of our sponsors. Be sure and let them know you're watching when you can. Don't go anywhere. In just a few seconds, I'll be right back, and I'm going to take you on a trip down to the White Oak Pumpkin Patch.
170s, 500, 570, 800, 900s, 2 seats, 4 seats, Razors, Rangers, and XPs in the hottest colors with the coolest accessories with the best financing available and rebates up to $1,000 at Connelly's, Kawasaki, and Polaris of Paintsville.
Howdy, Hatfield. I reckon I'll take my pig back.
Ain't your pig.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is, and I can prove it. Ma, I just sent a picture of our missing pig. Tell everybody it's time to start feuding.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I guess ain't gonna be no feud. Real nice picture, though.
We'll put it on Instagram.
Appalachian Wireless is 4G. Great pictures, video, text, and talk. Bigger savings, better service. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I am an attorney in Sayersville, Kentucky, and I'm here to serve you and meet your legal needs. If you have been injured on the job, if you are interested in receiving your disability or your SSI benefits, if someone's negligence has caused you trouble, basically, if you have been in a car wreck and you've suffered pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne, 349-9000.
Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400. Before you call anyone else, call Asphalt Paving Company, APC, for a list of local and area paving jobs that they've done and still look great after 15 or 20 years, and for an estimate on your blacktopping project. Driveways, parking lots, residential or commercial. APC has a 10-year guarantee, decades of experience, and a reputation for using the best materials to pave, resurface, seal, or stripe your property. APC, 859-983-6433. You're coming home or just want to feel at home for one night or a few, the Mortimer Lofts in Sayersville are that perfect experience you're looking for, with two newly restored and uniquely appointed lofts overlooking downtown from one of its historic structures filled with its history throughout. Each can accommodate up to 4 guests, 6 with the option of a connecting bedroom, or the entire floor can sleep 10 comfortably. And with all the amenities like king beds, HD TVs, free Wi-Fi, private baths, and kitchenettes to make your stay a memorable one. To see more and reserve your next visit, go to Sayersville, Kentucky on vrbo.com or email the Mortimers at 2reachsue@yahoo.
All right, everyone. Show of hands. Who's been to the White Oak Pumpkin Patch? Well, I can show my hand now because as of today, I have been. It's just their second, and tomorrow, officially the beginning of their second year, what I think is going to be a very long and storied history for the White Oak Pumpkin Patch. So a lot of folks haven't had the opportunity to do so. Maybe a lot of you don't know what or where the White Oak Pumpkin Patch is. Well, I'm looking to change all of that tonight. It has evolved rather quickly from selling a few pumpkins out of the farm and off the wagon, so to speak, to a full-blown event. And if you haven't heard of or certainly seen the White Oak Pumpkin Patch, well, then you certainly haven't been down on 460, 2 miles across the McGoffin-Morgan County line.
There's just no way you could take a trip down 460 and not see the White Oak Pumpkin Patch. It's a full-blown autumn treat for the senses and for the masses. Ashley Oldfield, a Lexington native, mind you, and a registered nurse who's never punched a time card as one, has instead taken to her husband's family farm. And she and John and son Andrew, along with some help, I'm sure, have, like many other Kentucky farmers, had to look for something else after the fall of tobacco and reinvent themselves and their farm to stay around. But in Ashley's case, it's not just about her love of farming, but just as vital, finding an outlet for her artistic flair.
My husband and his family have been on this farm for over 100 years, and they were tobacco farmers and hog farmers, and all different kinds of things have been grown here and sold here. So when my husband quit raising tobacco, we decided that we wanted to reinvent the farm. And I started thinking of interesting things we could do and something I could incorporate my artwork into. And my mom always took us to pumpkin patches growing up, and that was our big fall event. So that's sort of where it all came about. We grew 2 acres of pumpkins the year before last and sold them just off the wagon, and I was very surprised at the response. So last year we decided to redo the barn and make it bigger, and we grew 5 acres, and now this year we have 10. We've added a large play area, a corn maze we didn't have last year. We'll have a hay fort that's themed like a castle. We've added several animals. We have an emu, an alpaca, and rabbits, and potbelly pigs, and suckling pigs this year. We are scheduling field trips right now, and we can accommodate several in a day. We have different stations the children get to engage in. They go through the animals and the hayride. They pick their own pumpkin. They can paint their own pumpkin. They get to play and go through the corn maze. We also do private parties. We have a party room this year, so you can do birthdays, retirement, dinners, you know, whatever you like. And then on the weekend, basically all the activities are open and people just pick and choose what they like.
Going back to the kids in schools, how have you, I know that you've worked real hard, it looks as though to incorporate education into all this. Where does it come into play?
Absolutely. Well, in the petting zoo area, all of our staff are trained to go through and explain, you know, all the details about each animal, where they're from, what they're used for, why they're here, what they eat, just little interesting facts. And then I will take the kids and I cut a pumpkin in half and go through the life cycle of a pumpkin, and we talk about each part. My husband takes them on the hayride and explains all kinds of things about the cattle, what they eat, what we raise them for, and things like that. So we also talk about, you know, agriculture. We talk about farm equipment. We have a lot of farm equipment in the gravel, and so we'll go through and show the children what each one's used for and things like that. Admission this year is just $2. If you want to book a private party, give us a call, or you can message us at the White Oak Pumpkin Patch on Facebook. And if you're bringing a group of 10 or more, it's good to call ahead. That way we can make sure and have a hayride just for you.
And what about Halloween? Now, I would assume that this is going to be a happening place around Halloween?
Yes, that's the plan. We do intend to haunt the corn maze, and we'll have some other activities we'll let you know about closer to Halloween.
So it's obviously much more than a pumpkin patch. 10 acres of 60 varieties of pumpkins and squash and gourds, mind you. So it's obviously much more than a pumpkin patch. And you're not seeing near all of it in this video, just what I could squeeze in. And they're opening tomorrow for a fall full of color and fun. And with the new additions of the corn maze and all the animals, which you can see, as my new friend Andrew demonstrates, the one he's training, well, it makes for a wonderful venture for those young and old, for families, for friends, for large gatherings, for maybe just an afternoon out with yourself and your sweetheart. You can come by and see Andrew and all of our new friends at the White Oak Pumpkin Patch.
Delbert, okay. What do you do with Delbert down here sometimes?
Well, we just teach him stuff. We just teach him how to jump and stuff. Especially that's the only thing he can do.
Do the kids like Delbert when they come down?
Well, I think they'll like him. They might be excited about when he jumps every day.
Because he's new.
And you can take it all in beginning tomorrow. You can go down and see my new friend Andrew and his buddy Delbert, all the other animals besides Delbert, and all the fun things to see and do. It is an overload for the senses as far as the colors and the textures and the decorations are concerned. They've got fodder shocks and all sorts of fall decor for sale that you can bring home from the White Oak Pumpkin Patch, which you can find on Facebook. You can give them a call to schedule your next outing if you're bringing a group of more than 10 or so. Or for anything less than that, you can just stop on in 7 days a week. You can reach them at 791-8620. And what you're looking at is only a very tiny portion of 10 acres. Like I said, 10 acres of 60 varieties of pumpkins, squash, and gourds. And one of the new additions this year, of course, acres of corn with a maze carved throughout that you may or may not get lost in.
Hello? Anybody there?
All this at the White Oak Pumpkin Patch, one of the coolest, neatest, most colorful spots you're going to find. Monday through Saturday, they open 10 till 7. Sundays, they're open 1 till 7. Like I said, it's simple as calling ahead if you've got a group of 10 or more, or if you're just by yourself with a friend or two, stop on by any time you have the chance. I promise once you do, you're going to go back. And what I suspect is going to be a very busy season for them. All begins once again tomorrow as they officially open for business. Let them know where you saw the White Oak Pumpkin Patch, and let them know that we'll be coming back and checking in with them from time to time. More news after these messages.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Stop by to see how, with a guaranteed trade-in, you can drive off in this gorgeous 2011 Hyundai Sonata for $17,950 or $299 a month, or how to drive off with a little soul for $12,950 or $235 a month, or how to drive off with a lot of style in this Dodge Ram Daytona at $15,950, all at Premier Motors in Paintsville. Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is proud to announce the newest members of our family, Administrator Lane Jones and our full-time chaplain Mark Campbell and volunteer Richard Green, new faces with the same sincere desire as these, to assist you and your family with short-term rehabilitation solutions or long-term nursing care needs, close to home and those that you love. Sagersville Nursing and Rehabilitation. Check out our daily specials that get even better after 4 p.m. only at your Sagersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Wednesday's special is a 3-piece dinner with 2 homemade sides and a biscuit, $5.99 for a breast, thigh, and a leg, or $4.99 for a leg, thigh, and a wing, and you can take $1 off of both after 4 p.m. only at your Sagersville Lee's. Come in and explore all the summer fashions and styles at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville, where now you can come in and order from our acrylic cutout, monogram, and nameplate collection in cool acrylic colors or in sterling silver or gold or rose gold for meal. Now especially at Fraser's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in Sagersville. Regardless of the project, big or small, inside or out, Bailey's Carpet has your next job covered with service after the sale on Husqvarna and Red Max power tools and equipment. You covered with great deals on boots and clothing by Georgia, Red Wing, and Carhartt, and your floors covered with premium materials at low prices from Bruce, Armstrong, and more at Bailey's Carpet and Hardware in Sayersville.
And there was, before I go into tonight's calendar, an auto accident involving a school bus that was empty except for the driver, and I don't believe that any injuries were reported. I have some video coming in from the scene. I don't know if it's going to be here before the end of the airtime this evening. If not, we'll have an update for you tomorrow. But it did involve a passenger car and a school bus, and once again, it was after the bus was finished with its route. No children were on board, and I believe no one suffered any injuries as a result of the collision. And I'm also trying to get some other news for you, but for now, while I've got a minute, let's see what's happening on tonight's community calendar, brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau. A reminder about the free second annual, did I say free, Storm of Praise Youth Fest and Cruisin' for Christ bike and car show with live music. It's this coming Saturday. It starts at 11 a.m. in the parking lot of the Sayersville IGA. All sorts of entertainment hosted by There Is Hope Ministries. Bring your lawn chairs to come out and join them for a fun-filled day. Bring your best car or bike for the best in show and best classic. Bring the little ones for some fun, games, and prizes, and free food and refreshments. Everyone's invited this Saturday. And a fun horse show set for this Saturday at the Morgan County Equestrian Park, hosted by the Elk Creek Free Will Baptist Church. Just $5 to get in. Kids 8 and under get in for free. The register at 1. The show starts at 3 o'clock this Saturday at the Morgan County Equestrian Park. If you have any questions about the 29 classes or ribbons for 1st through 5th places or anything else, call 349-1163 or 743-2211. And that's kind of a brief calendar. That's how it usually is after the holidays. Everyone, including yours truly, trying to get back in the groove of things. So it gives me a second just to remind you that if you've got a calendar announcement like these, they're all free. That includes birthdays and anniversaries and special announcements as well. And this is how you get them to us. Funeral services for this evening brought to you on behalf of our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home and McGoffinCountyFuneralHome.com. Listings tonight begin with services to be held in honor of James R. Cheek, Jamie Cheek of Judge Williams Road, who passed away on September the 1st. He was the son of Patty Cheek and the late Jimmy Cheek, and besides his mom, he's survived by his wife, Lisa Montgomery Cheek, son Jameson Tristan Cheek, and daughter Lakin Nashay Russell. Visitation is going to be this evening and until services. They'll start tomorrow in Jamie's honor at 2 o'clock from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will follow services at the Owens Cemetery at Oakley.
And 78-year-old Anna Mae Talby Back of Mine Fork Road passed away on Saturday. She survived by her husband Gene Back and sons Otis Gene and Don Back. Surviving daughters are Anna Lou Back, Pamela Jean Back Gullett, and Deborah Back Bryant. Visitation is this evening. It continues all day tomorrow. Services begin in her honor Thursday morning at 11, all of which from the Sagersville Funeral Home, with burial to be at the Gardner Cemetery on Lick Branch thereafter. I'll be right back.
It's an emergency excess sell-off at Hunt Chevrolet in Paintsville, Kentucky.
I've marked every vehicle up to $12,000 off, just like this 2013 GMC Yukon was $50,000, now $37,950. Or this 2013 Chevy Silverado was $40,000, now $27,980. An all-sales decision within 15 minutes or less, or we'll give you the vehicle.
It's an emergency excess sell-off. Isn't it time to buy Hutch?
Well, I saw this coming about 5 minutes ago, and it doesn't look as though I'm going to have it ironed out. We do have Miss McGoffin footage, I know a few days after the fact, and everyone may or may not know who won Miss McGoffin this year. Nevertheless, we'll be showing you. We've got the Founders Bowl game. We've got a Lifetime Achievement Award presentation and some other Founders Day coverage all to get to. However, since I got to enjoy myself being down at the pumpkin patch today, I don't have that quite ready. And since it's kind of Monday around here, nothing is working as it really should. So, with my apologies, I'm going to take you on to the forecast real quick before I leave you a bit short tonight. But we've got all that coming and some other news that we'll be working on. And we have one report tomorrow that we've been closely following that should see some finalization. We'll talk about the sentencing of McGoffin County man tomorrow when I see you next time. But with all that said, weather is indeed the second brightest spot of this show. The trip to the pumpkin patch was priceless. Glad we got to do it, and we want to thank them for letting us come down and spend some time with them. The forecast is just absolutely outstanding. The gist of it is, we're talking about daytime highs anywhere from 8 to 9 degrees, or 10 maybe, lower than last week. Nighttime lows 10 to 15 degrees lower than last week. Humidity levels, 45% last week. I got 34% right now. And all of that is adding to make a beautiful week ahead. Now, we'll actually gradually get up to some mid-80 temperatures, but it's going to be a little while. So enjoy it while you can. The bottom line is that tonight, that low of 55 is going to be beautiful. And tomorrow is, with the day off for most everyone, it's hump day already. Oh, we've got another week coming at us a little quicker than usual. I love these 4-day weeks. Look at tomorrow's temperatures. 81 degrees, a low of 56, sunny, clear skies. I can hardly find a cloud in the forecast for a few days, and that means you won't be able to find one in the skies either. Thursday, 82, 55, sunny, clear, calm, gorgeous. Friday, 81, 56. Are you getting tired of this yet? Sunny, gorgeous, clear skies above, start to finish. And your weekend, well, guess what? It's not all going to run out just the time the weekend rolls around for a change. Saturday, sunny, 83, mostly clear, beautiful, a low of 60. Now, we do see temperatures start to increase a little bit by the end of the weekend and the first of next week, but no complaints. 85, mostly sunny, 63 for your low. Just a few partly cloudy skies Sunday night. We'll start off next week. 86, partly sunny, low of 64, and still nice and gorgeous. The first chance I have of any showers and thunderstorms is Tuesday of next week, and that's why I'm not going to talk about it. Thank you all for being a part of the program. I hope you'll join us back here tomorrow night as we will get into Founders Day coverage. We'll talk about the sentencing of Harlow Black and other stories that you'll only see with me. Good night, and thanks for watching.